On News Hour tonight, Senior Advocate of Nigeria Olisa Agbakabo backs President Tinubu on service chief's replacement after coup rumor. Death toll from Niger tanker fire rises to 57. Kaduna family sends SOS messages. Gully erosion threatens occupants with displacement. And the foreign saying, former U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris hints another run for president in 2028. Good evening. This is News Hour on Trust TV. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Senior Advocate of Nigeria Olisa Agbakabo has backed President Bola Tinubu's decision to replace the nation's service chiefs, describing it as a wise and timely move, especially amid rumors of an alleged coup plot. President Tinubu had on Friday announced major changes in the leadership of the armed forces as part of efforts to strengthen Nigeria's security structure. The reshuffle included the appointment of a new chief of defense staff and other top military officers. Agbakabo said the president's action showed firmness and decisiveness that were lacking in the previous administration. The former president of the Nigerian Bar Association said the timing of the president's decision was appropriate and showed leadership at a critical moment. The death toll from the tanker explosion in Esa community, Kacha local government area of Niger State, has risen to 57. The tragic incident occurred on October 21, 2025, when a patrol tanker overturned and spilled its contents. Residents reportedly attempted to scoop the fuel, triggering a massive explosion. At the time, the disaster was said to have claimed over 35 lives and left many others with varying degrees of injuries. But confirming the latest development, the Director of Information and Linkages of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, NSEMA, Dr. Ibrahim Hussaini, stated that the death toll has now increased to 57, while 52 victims are currently receiving treatment in different hospitals. He explained that those who died were among the 14 critically injured victims of the explosion. Erosion, particularly gully, has continued to displace many people from their homes across Nigeria. The situation has worsened food and shelter shortages, especially in northern Nigeria, where conflict, climate change, and flooding remain major drivers. In Kaduna, Bilatu Abubakar is on the verge of losing her home as erosion gradually eats away at her house, leaving her and her children with only a small space to live in. Trust TV's Bello Musa visited Bilatu's residence in the Rigasa area of Kaduna local government area and now reports.
The devastating effects of erosion are threatening the livelihoods of residents in this community. Imminent danger is visible everywhere as the erosion deepens daily. The lack of drainage and other basic amenities has worsened the situation, with women and children often bearing the brunt. Bilatu Abubakar, the oldest resident of the area, which is named after her, recounts how the erosion problem began.
It used to be just a small gutter that even little children could cross to the other side, and I used to fry soybeans cake there, but gradually the rain began to wash away the soil.
Once a proud owner of a 7-room house built through years of hard work, Bilatu now has only one small room left where she, her 10 children, and grandchildren struggle to live together.
I built several retaining walls, but it was all in vain. I've lost 6 rooms to the erosion, and now I only have 1 room left where I squat with my 10 children and grandchildren.
According to her, the rainy season is their most fearful period, as heavy downpours worsen the erosion and pose serious danger to lives and property.
Whenever it rains, we can hardly sleep because we fear the building might collapse or get flooded. we just stay awake and alert until the rain stops.
She explained that she has made several appeals for government assistance, but is yet to receive any help.
I wrote many letters to local government officials asking the government to either buy the place so I can get another house or land somewhere safer, but I never got any help.
During the rainy season, water completely submerges the deep gully behind her house, a spot that, according to Bilatu, has claimed the lives of small children almost every year. Although she wishes to relocate for safety, Bilatu cannot afford to rent another house, as her only source of income is selling fried groundnut to feed her family. Bella Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
Quite a sad one there. From Kaduna, we go to Benue State, where the people of Igede are calling on the federal government to urgently rehabilitate the Otukpo-Obi Oju Road to ease their suffering. They made the call when they took to the streets in protest over the deplorable state of the highway, which they say has become a death trap for commuters and a haven for criminals. Trust TV correspondent in the state tells us more.
In a peaceful demonstration that conveyed deep frustration, hundreds of Igede people, including women, took over the Otukpo-Obi Oju Road, demanding immediate government intervention to fix what they described as a completely failed federal road.
What do you want? Fix Otukpo-Obi Oju Road.
Protesters said the road has remained in a dilapidated condition for years. According to them, until it is fixed, they will continue to raise their voices, hoping their cries will one day translate into concrete government action.
But when it comes to the border area of Ijegu, down to Igede land, the tractors and everybody will disappear like salt inside water. We are tired. We will not take it again. We have come and we are going to remain here 3 days after today. If you don't attend to us, we are human beings. We give our vote to the federal government. We give our vote to the state government. We give our vote to every other person and contributed to national development. We cannot be left like this. So this is just a warning.
They lamented that the hardship caused by the poor road goes beyond inconvenience, as it threatens lives and livelihoods. According to them, motorists and commuters endure endless delays, frequent vehicle breakdowns, and even attacks by bandits who take advantage of stranded travelers.
And the election is coming. We don't want this road to become a campaign strategy for our politicians. Because this road has become a campaign strategy. What they normally do during the election, they come and start giving us lies that if you vote for me, this road is going to be fixed.
When they ask us to vote for them, we always turned out in large numbers. But now it's time for them to help us. They refuse to listen to our voices. What should we do? We are tired. They should fix our road. We can no longer go to the market.
Drivers and commuters say traveling through the route daily has become a journey of frustration and loss.
And my customer, when they wait me for Abuja to carry, I don't give them. They worry me. They say, I don't chop your car. I don't say they divert their car. And I'm no day. Why supposed to go and carry car since about 3 days ago now? No movement. And no way to do to me again, to survive the motor again.
We are on the road. They are supposed to come and check the road, even if they won't repair it. This road has been in existence before I was born. Now I am grown. I'm plying the road too. Sometimes we spend 2 days on the road, eating food and drinking water that is not too.
The protesters are appealing to the Federal Ministry of Works and the Benue State government to prioritize the rehabilitation of the Otukpo-Obi Oju Road in the next phase of infrastructural project.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has taken its Ember Month campaign to road users at major roads in the Guzau metropolis, urging them not to violate traffic rules and regulations or endanger the lives of others. The Zamfara State Sector Commander Eliu Ma'aji led the personnel of the Corps, special marshals and Corps members to educate the public on the importance of obeying traffic rules to prevent road crashes and save lives. He expressed concern that road users hardly adhere to traffic regulations, arguing that this resulted in avoidable road crashes, appealing to them to support the call to ensure road-free crashes and safeguard lives of citizens.
Place within social hour. If you want to do that, take off early so that you reach your destination early. So we are out here now to sensitize members of the public. We are out here to create awareness so that people will know that the Ember Month have started. Members of the unions who are ready to cooperate with us. We have the NYC Road Safety Club who are ready to carry our message in the schools. We have our staff, and we have so many people that join us. This shows that there is collaboration, synergy between we and the members of the public, and we are going to continue on that point. We are going to reach most of the communities where this issue of overloading is affected.
So we have come to call on the public to please help educate the drivers and other road users able to minimize this happening. So I tell them to please join the road safety, be able to educate our people on how to make use of the road properly to avoid accidents.
A devastating accident occurred in Lagos early on Saturday when a truck skidded off the bridge at Oshodi and plunged into the bus station below. According to eyewitnesses, the incident happened along the Apapa-Oshodi Express inward mile 2. The truck, which was fully loaded with toner printing materials, lost control while descending the bridge, resulting in the fatal plunge. Fortunately, no one died in the incident, but the truck driver suffered severe injuries, including fractures to his limbs and arms. The accident caused significant disruption to traffic movement in the area, with officials from the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority (LASMA) working to restore normalcy. Preliminary investigations suggest that the truck driver may have experienced brake failure or lost control of the vehicle while navigating the bridge. The Federal Road Safety Corps says the combined efforts of security operatives on Friday evening averted an impending disaster in Kogi as a result of a fuel tanker accident. The FRSC Sector Commander in Kogi, tinubu, speaking in Lokoja, said the accident occurred at the crusher on the Felele motorway around 5 p.m. The sector commander said that the truck carrying fuel was heading to Abuja when the truck disconnected from the head and rode into a ditch. When the accident occurred, he said the FRSC patrol team quickly rushed to the scene and invited the police, National Security and Civil Defense Corps, and mobile police units for security cover. According to him, some people attempted to scoop the fuel before the arrival of his personnel, but they were chased away. Ituku said that the area has been properly cordoned off by security operatives and some leaders of the crusher community. A midnight fire at the Kasinala main market in Benue State has destroyed several shops and goods worth millions of naira. The inferno, which reportedly started around 12 a.m., raged for hours before firefighters and local residents managed to bring it under control. Eyewitnesses say the fire began in one section of the market and quickly spread to other parts, fueled by the tightly packed stalls and flammable materials stored inside. Despite the swift response from firefighters, a large portion of the market was reduced to ashes. Authorities have since cordoned off the affected area, while an investigation has been launched to determine the cause of the fire. Preliminary reports suggest it may have been triggered by electrical fault, though officials say they're considering all possible causes. Medical experts have called for improved ambulance services, enhanced healthcare infrastructure, recruitment and training of health workers, and the economic empowerment of citizens as key measures to reduce maternal mortality, which remains high in Nigeria. The Zamfara State branch of the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, made the recommendation while briefing journalists in Gusau, the state capital, as part of activities marking this year's Physicians' Week. Here's more in this report.
According to the chairman of the Zamfara State branch of Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Ibrahim Hanu, statistics indicate that Nigeria still ranks high in maternal mortality, with about 1,000 deaths per 100,000 live births. He attributed the trend to poverty, ignorance, poor infrastructure, insecurity, lack of effective ambulance services, and delayed decision-making. Dr. Hanu called on the government to address these challenges to stem the tide of preventable deaths.
The healthy life expectancy at birth stands at approximately 55 years. That's the life expectancy in Nigeria, which is far below average of other countries. The health worker density is about 1.83 per 1,000 population. This is far less than half of the World Health Organization minimum recommendation. Nigeria's maternal mortality and other mortality rates, including infant and neonatal mortality rates, remain very high, with the maternal mortality ratio continue to be above 1,000 deaths per 100,000 live births, among the highest globally. This is among the highest globally. Up to 80% of deaths in rural communities are linked to weakness in the primary health system, which these primary health cares are the ones found in the underserved communities.
The NMA chairman, however, commended Governor Dauda Lawal for his exceptional and transformative effort in revitalizing the healthcare system to improve the health and well-being of the people. He urged other states to emulate Zamfara's rescue commander reforms and prioritize healthcare as a foundation for development.
Under this administration, Zamfara State has witnessed a tremendous transformation through the remodeling and upgrading of hospitals, procurement and installation of state-of-the-art medical equipment, especially in the Ahmed Sani Arima Bakura Specialist Hospital, and the procurement and distribution of essential drugs across the state, especially to primary health care centers.
As part of activities to mark the week, the NMA also donated nutritional food items and medical tablets to the Gusau Orphanage Home in support of efforts to combat malnutrition in the state.
Nigeria has achieved a major global milestone with its removal from the Financial Action Task Force FATF grey list, restoring international confidence in the nation's financial system. The FATF, the world's leading body on combating money laundering and terrorist financing, announced on Friday that Nigeria and 3 other African countries, South Africa, Mozambique and Burkina Faso, have been delisted after demonstrating strong progress in strengthening their anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing frameworks. President Bola Tinubu described Nigeria's exit as a landmark development that reflects the country's unwavering commitment to financial integrity, transparency and institutional reform. According to a statement by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the delisting followed Nigeria's full and timely completion of its FATF action plan, achieved through over 2 years of sustained national reform, coordination and improved interagency collaboration. Onanuga noted that the milestone was made possible by the joint efforts of the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU, the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, and the Ministry of Interior. The Independent National Electoral Commission has introduced an artificial intelligence-powered virtual assistant to enhance staff training and operational readiness ahead of the Anambra governorship election scheduled for November 8. The new digital tool, known as the INEC Training Virtual Assistant or INEC Training Bot, was unveiled on Friday. Available on Telegram, the INEC Training Bot provides 24-hour access to election materials, interactive lessons, and on-demand learning modules. It allows electoral officers to learn flexibly from any location and at their own pace. A statement by the Commission via X said, in preparation for the #Anambra Decides 2025 election, the Independent National Electoral Commission is leveraging technology to enhance the capacity of its personnel and stakeholders. End of quote. The Northern Elders Unity Forum of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has accused the Minister of State for Defense, Mohammed Bello Matawalle, of reckless and undemocratic tactics used to lure PDP members into the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. The forum accused Matawalle of using state influence and excessive wealth to coerce PDP supporters, including elected and party executives, into joining the APC, a move it said was aimed at weakening the opposition and destabilizing democratic balance in the region. The elders made the claim in a statement on Saturday at the forum's National Secretary, Dr. Abbas Sadoki, after a strategic meeting of PDP elders from Kaurana Moda, Zurumi, Safi and Bungudu local governments. The group alleged that Matawale's actions were part of a calculated political agenda ahead of the 2027 general elections. The forum expressed concern that the ongoing defection campaign is misleading many loyal PDP members with false promises of greener pastures in the APC, warning that such actions undermine political fairness, justice, and Nigeria's democratic progress. Reports from Zamfara indicate that over 24,000 PDP members, including former party executives and elders across 6 local government areas, have so far defected to the APC. You're still on to News Hour on Trust TV. We're returning from the break. Centuries-old craftsmanship, trade and vibrant traditions on display as Made in Kano Fest lights up Kano. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. We told you that senior advocate of Nigeria, Lisa Abakova, backs President Tinubu on service chief's replacement after coup rumor. Also informed you that a death toll from Niger tanker fire has risen to 57. 2 more stories. Kano, a city famed for its centuries-old craftsmanship, trade and vibrant traditions, is once again in the spotlight. The Made in Kano Festival of Arts and Culture, CanFest, is bringing together communities, diplomats and traditional leaders in a grand celebration of heritage and creativity. The event reflects a renewed commitment to preserving culture and promoting unity through the arts. Trust TV's Abdulaziz Ibrahim reports.
The arrival of the Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, in a colorful procession marks the grand opening of CanFest, the Kano Festival of Arts and Culture. The festival reaffirms the city's readiness to showcase its rich cultural heritage to the world. CanFest, the first of its kind, celebrates Kano's legacy as a center of craftsmanship, trade and artistic expression. With a history that once made it the pride of the ancient Sudan region, the event seeks to revive and reposition Kano's cultural sector, restoring dignity, creating opportunities and promoting cultural enterprise.
As we officially flag off the first edition of CanFest, popularly known as Kalankwa, let it serve as a platform to celebrate who we are, a proud people of history, proud people of culture, proud people of creativity. Let it also remind us that our heritage is not a relic of the past, but a living asset for the future generations yet to come.
Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf hosted guests from across Nigeria and beyond, including diplomats, traditional rulers and cultural enthusiasts, all gathered to witness the unique beauty of Kano's traditions. The Egyptian Cultural Center has maintained a strong presence in Kano, promoting Arabic language and cultural exchange. Its director, Ayman Rayyan, expressed gratitude for being part of the festival.
It's a great honor for me to attend this festival. I was invited to it, and it was a great festival, and I thank everyone who is responsible for the organization of this festival, and I hope it will be repeated again and to attend with you next time, inshallah.
Also in attendance was the Olososo of Ososo in Edo State, Oba Bamidele Obaiton, who described the festival as a powerful display of Kano's rich cultural heritage.
I've always been a fan of this festival, and so when I received the invitation from the governor to come, I was very excited because it's been my dream to attend this festival. The culture here in Kano is very, very rich, and even during my time studying abroad, I always was fascinated with this festival, CanFest, with the Doba, the horse races. You have a fantastic and colorful festival here, a beautiful and very rich culture. you know, and you should all be proud of your culture. So for me, it's been a huge success. I'm excited to be here. I'm amongst my Kano brothers, and it's really joy to be here in Kano with you.
The festival also featured women proudly displaying traditional cuisines in a food competition expected to produce winners at the end of the 3-day event. Many of the local dishes were praised for their nutritional value and economic potential, demonstrating how culture can also drive sustainable livelihoods.
We have the gurasa, bandasheng gurasa. I did the kwadarama too with granules, and this also is a sweet made from the granite.
Judging by the time frame given to them and the kind of foods that they are expected to prepare, their traditional dishes. Not everyone is into that now.
As the festival continues, activities such as cultural lectures, traditional sports like langa, wrestling and dambe, as well as storytelling sessions will take center stage, all aimed at preserving and promoting Kano's living heritage. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
The Nigerian Police Force has explained the reasons behind the transfer of human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore to Kuje prison shortly after he was granted bail by the Kuje Magistrate Court in Abuja on Friday. Sowore was initially arrested by the police on Thursday on charges bordering on incitement and alleged breach of public peace. He was arrested following his organization of the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest on Monday, despite prior warnings from the police. He was subsequently arraigned alongside 12 others before the Kuje Magistrate Court on Friday, where he pleaded not guilty to the charges. The court granted bail to Sowore with 500,000 naira and 2 sureties, which his legal team was working to perfect at the time of the police action. Speaking to newsmen in Abuja shortly after the incident, human rights activist Deja Deojo accused the police of violently attacking and removing Sowore moments after his bail was granted. However, while responding to Showore's rearrest via X, the force public relations officer, Benjamin Hundeyin, said the police acted within the law, adding that officers were empowered to use commensurate force to carry out their duties. Hundeyin, who attached a remand warrant to his post, wrote, "Note that it was and always been the practice that once the court grants a suspect bail, it comes with the caveat that until the bail conditions are met, the suspect remains in custody." He further added that where it is clearly spelled out on the remand warrant that the suspect be remanded in a correctional facility, not police custody, it is a duty of the police to hand over the suspect to the Nigerian Correctional Service, who then processes his bail conditions. Herding community of Lugere in the Barakin-Ladi local government area of Plateau State has decried the killing of their cattle and the burning of their houses by soldiers following the killing of one of their colleagues around the Maraban Kantoma, a community that shares a border between Barakin-Ladi and Mangu local government areas. Trust TV reports that the soldier was killed and his rifle was carted away by the perpetrators at a checkpoint located in the area. The herders said soldiers stormed their community around 3 a.m. and opened fire on animals and burned down several of their houses while they were asleep. Leader of herders in the area, Abdullahi Umar, who confirmed the incident to journalists in Jos, claimed that the soldiers had asked them to vacate the community if those who killed the soldiers are not provided. Adding that despite the killing and destruction of their property, the soldiers said they must provide the perpetrators for an offense they know nothing about. The spokesperson for the troops, Major Samson Zarkum, is yet to respond to inquiry on the incident as at press time. Over in Abia State, detectives from the Central Police Station Umuahia have apprehended a 54-year-old man, Kalu Ugwa Ogbonnaya, in connection with a cargo consignment containing arms and ammunition. According to a statement by the Abia State Police Command on Saturday, the consignment contained 26 live cartridges and another carton containing a pump-action gun. In the statement signed by DSP Maureen Chinaka, the police public relations officer of the command said the arrest was made on the 17th of October, adding the further search of the consignment led to the recovery of one Mossberg 930 pump-action and 50 rounds of live cartridges, all of which were to be received by the suspect. He further stated that Agu was to receive the consignment on behalf of another suspect residing in the United States. The Abia State Police Command spokesperson also disclosed that one Ukandu Late, who claimed to be a member of a vigilante group, was arrested on October 23rd by its Scorpion squad for allegedly shooting one Chukwuemeka on his right leg in Aba. She said the gunshot victim was rushed to the hospital for medical attention, while a locally made double-barreled gun was allegedly recovered from the suspect. Residents of Shanono local government area in Kano State have raised alarm over recurring attacks by armed bandits allegedly crossing over from neighboring Katsina State to unleash terror on their communities. Speaking at a press conference, the leader of Farin Ruwa community, Alhaji Yahaya Bagobiri, appealed to both the federal and state governments to urgently intervene before the situation gets out of control. According to Bagobiri, Rwandans launched fresh assaults on Tuesday and Wednesday, injuring several persons and rustling dozens of cattle. Shanono, located in the northwest of Kano, about 85 kilometers from the state capital, shares boundaries with Kankia, Musawa, and the local government areas of Katsina State, all known flashpoints of bandit attacks. While Kano has largely been spared from large-scale banditry ravaging Kaduna and Katsina, the recent incursions have raised fears that the crisis may be spreading. The Ahmadu Bello University Zaria has dismissed as false a social media video alleging that the institution was involved in developing a nuclear weapon for Nigeria. The Director of Public Affairs Directorate of the University, Malam Alwalu Umar, disclosed this in a statement issued on Saturday in Zaria. The director described the viral AI-generated video as misleading, aimed at misinforming the public about Nigeria's peaceful nuclear energy program. He further said the video falsely claimed that Nigerian scientists in the 1980s secretly enriched weapons-grade uranium in Kaduna, adding that ABU researchers obtained centrifugal equipment from the Akan network in Pakistan. The institution's image maker added that the information was baseless, unfounded, and unsubstantiated. Umar said most of the ABU scientists at the Center for Energy Research and Training CERT were still undergoing training abroad as at 1980s and could not have participated in uranium enrichment. Bauchi local manufacturers have decried the influx of substandard goods into Nigerian markets. They stated this amid growing concerns about the use of substandard homemade goods, urging consumers to always go for the best. Trust TV's Ademo Imam files more in this report.
Musa Muhammad is an entrepreneur who usually manufactures local shoes to meet the demands of low-income earners. And consumers, on the other hand, share their perspectives about buying quality products.
Affordability is more of the kind of money they ask me to produce. So I produce based on the customer request. If you are looking for a high quality, I give you a good quality. If you are looking for normal quality, substandard, whatsoever, I can give you. But I normally tell people that they should go for a good quality because it lasts, it's more economical. Because when we buy something that can last, withstand the quality test of time, it's even better for you to buy and come back tomorrow.
We always intimate our customers to check very well and ensure they buy quality products, even if they are not buying from us. In any block industry, they should check the mixture of sand and cement. They can throw it to test the quality to avoid collapsing after building at all times.
I can spend more than 2 or 3 years working with the good and qualitative products. Buying the qualitative products is just removing back the money to home. You can take a long time using it. You can benefit so many times than to buy less quality product.
When I buy the local one, 2 days I will come back to the customer because it will spoil. Quality is a quality that it will last forever and you will enjoy it for many years. So I consider customers should buy the quality one so that they will enjoy their money as long as they pay it.
All right. Recently, the Standard Organization of Nigeria Zonal Office organized a roadwork show across Bauchi metropolis to sensitize public on how to identify quality products.
Destination. Always ensure that you maintain quality in everything you do. Anything you buy, check out for your expiry date because it is important so that you can have a better life in what you eat and what you use. We are still out fighting against substandard products in the region. We want to ensure that anything anybody buys, he gets value for his money. So, please, Standard Organization is your friend. If you have complaints, you can always come to our office.
The federal government has continuously urged manufacturers to ensure that their products meet the global best practices. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
34 defaulters were arrested during the October sanitation exercise held in Bayelsa State this Saturday. Of those arrested, 18 offenders were male, while 16 were females, who were all taken to the State Magistrate Court in Yenagoa, the state capital, for constituting public nuisance, fighting, and violating sanitation laws. Trust TV's Friday Munwe Peter reports.
Traders, including Queen Fisher from Panshan Market and Blessing Joseph from Swale Market, expressed concern over the poor attitude of some traders who failed to comply with sanitation laws. The chairperson of Panshan Market, Adavi Godnus Otobu, condemned such behavior and urged all traders to ensure cleanliness within their trading areas.
It's not the only thing where we say we take manage ourselves, they train our children. The only problem where we say we they get for the people where we say that the market to get the understanding. From Monday till Saturday, only one day for the month sanitation, which are the top to people here. Most of the time they quarrel me.
They see some people boost today because they cannot arrange their environment. That is why we are sleeping everywhere beneath. People can come. My advice on that is they make their place to be neat. Because today is sanitation. It's not good. Customer will not come because the place is dirty. In the marketplace, you always see small quarrel, misunderstanding. I was coming out from my house when I saw the crowd, some are running, so I don't actually know what happened. I used to advise them that fruit is something that everybody needs, so they need to make the place clean, very decent, and most especially sanitation, they should not sell, because nobody fights the government. We are working together. Without the government, we cannot do anything, so we always advise them. I don't know how this thing came up today that somebody was trying to disobey.
The chairman of the Bayelsa State Environmental Sanitation Authority, Timothy Diakivie Itieru, reiterated this morning to residents to always obey sanitation laws. He also cautioned bushers who use motor tires to roast cows to desist from the practice, describing it as hazardous to human health.
And we have noticed over time that most of these traders tend to use tire to roast their meat for economic reasons. They feel using tire is cheaper for them to roast the meat than using firewood, traditional firewood that is also cheap. And so we have over time continued to sensitize them that this thing you are trying to save yourself cost have a more far-reaching effect, negative effects on the consumers you call your customers. Because by the time you buy meat that is roasted with plastic, it brings some biological effects. One among them that is prominent is cancer. Cancer is largely traced to some of these activities that is from plastic.
Meanwhile, at the popular Tombia market, some butchers, also known as abattoirs operators, reportedly fled upon sighting sanitation officers during the exercise. Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
You're also watching News Hour on Trust. When we come back, business, foreign and sports, please stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get to business. The Naira recorded its fifth straight appreciation against the United States dollar at the official foreign exchange market, ending the week on a positive note. Data from the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that the naira strengthened on Friday to 1,457 naira 96 kobo against the dollar, up from 1,416 naira 49 kobo traded on Thursday. This means that the naira gained 2 naira 53 kobo against the dollar on a day-to-day basis. This is the fifth time the naira has appreciated against the dollar this week, with the highest gain recorded on Monday, October 20, 2025. In the black market, the naira remained flat at 1,500 naira per dollar from Monday to Friday this week. This comes as the country's external reserves sustain their upward trend, rising to $42.87 billion as of October 22, 2025. Nigeria walked a fine line between applause and anxiety at the 2025 annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank as the country's reform momentum drew commendation from global financiers, while fiscal, debt, and oil sector concerns triggered calls for vigilance and deeper discipline. The IMF and its World Economic Outlook and Fiscal Monitor released during the meetings gave Nigeria a moderate vote of confidence, upgrading the nation's 2025 growth forecast to 3.9%, up from 3.4% in July. It attributed the outlook to stronger domestic fundamentals, improved oil production, and rising investor sentiment following the bold policy steps taken since May 2023. However, the fund warned that fiscal fragility and growing debt costs remain critical risks that could stall the country's recovery if not carefully managed. Away from Nigeria, Kamala Harris says she still sees herself as having a political future and may run for the White House in 2028. In her first UK interview, Harris said she would possibly be president one day and was confident there will be a woman in the White House in the future, making her strongest suggestion today that she will make another presidential bid in 2028 after losing to Donald Trump last year. Harris dismissed polls that put her as an outsider to become the Democrats' pick for the next election. Harris also turned her fire on her former rival, branding Trump a tyrant, and said warnings she made about him on the campaign trail had been proved right. As the Democratic Party searches for answers about Republican Donald Trump's decisive victory 1 year ago, much of the blame has been directed at former President Joe Biden for not standing down sooner. But there have always been questions raised about whether Harris could have run a better campaign and set out a clearer message on the number one issue, the economy. After 2 years of war, Gaza is buried under more than 61 million tons of debris, with 3/4 of buildings destroyed, according to UN data. As of July 8, 2025, the Israeli army had damaged or destroyed nearly 193,000 buildings in a densely populated territory, representing about 78% of existing structures before the conflict began on October 7, 2023. According to satellite analysis by the United Nations Program in an assessment of images from September 22nd to 23rd of Gaza City, the UN agency estimated that 83% of buildings there had been damaged or destroyed. The total of 61.5 million tons of debris is nearly 130 times the weight of New York's Empire State Building and is equivalent to over 169,000 kilograms of debris for each square meter of Gaza's small territory. 8 million tons of debris were generated from April to July 2025, mostly in the southern part of the territory between Rafah and Khan Yunis. In sports, Nigeria Under-17 women's team Flamingos are through to the round of 16 at the 2025 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup after beating Samal 4-0. Nigeria won through goals from Queen Joseph, Shakirat Mushu, Queen and Azizat Oduton. Nigeria lost 2 matches and won 1 to qualify. Meanwhile, MK Abiola Stadium witnessed legendary football artistry from Africa X football stars against their counterpart from Barcelona. Trust TV sports reporter Adeni Adishafe has more.
The legends remind spectators what they were made of in their active football days while playing for their nations and Barcelona. Africa Legends team were led by Coach Samsi Siasia had goalkeeper El Hadari, McPhee, Tai Taiwo, El Dasi Chijile, JJ Okocha, Garbalawal, Emmanuel Adebayo, Khalido Fadiga, Julius Agawa, Elaji Diop and Obafemi Martins, while Barcelona legends are the likes of Carlos Puyol, Gasca Mendieta, Gili, Haruna Babangida, Benga Okunowo, and more to entertain in the legendary match. Both teams played to win as the game rolled by, with so much to outsmart themselves and also show off their special talents. JJ Okocha, in his usual mercurial display, showed that he still had those dribbling skills. Running the midfield, though the Barcelona legends played better their compact football, it took the extra effort from El Hadari to help curtail pressure from Barcelona. Not long, Barcelona scored to take the lead in the entertaining match. Goalie Delia replaced El Hadari, who sustained injury few minutes to the end of first half. He received accolades for his outstanding performance. Reef of the moment, Odumodu wowed the spectators with his hit track in halftime. The second half started in Hennes, where African players beat quickly, with former Teranga Lions ex-football star and former African Player of the Year Elaji Diop equalized after a connection from Adebayo to beat Barcelona goalie, making it 1-1. The inclusion of Prince of Monaco Victor Ikpeba did not yield result, as Barcelona legends were equal to the tie, doubling the lead to make it 2-1 against African team, who worked tirelessly to find a goal to no avail. Commandians Sabinos, Brain Jota and rapper Odumodu also played in the exhibition match to add more color. Spectators were glad to witness such a display from the ex-footballers several years after retirement.
I mean, the performers, these are legends. Most of them are retired. Like, they just came to have fun, like, to just show they can play still. I think it's more like a fun match, charity match and all that. Most of the proceeds are going to charity, so I think everything is calm here. Most of them are just here for fun, not like competitive or anything, yeah.
Yes, the skill is still there, even though the legs cannot take. You can see that they have tried to achieve some passes, but because the legs are tired, so the legs cannot transmit what the brain has sent to the leg. So the tired legs cannot communicate what the brain wants, actually.
Witness this lovely event, Barcelona legends, my favorite club, with my country. I'm very proud of my country, even though we are losing. But still yet, it's just 17 minutes.
The aim of the legendary match is to raise funds and create awareness on the need to help keep over 20,000 vulnerable girls in school by providing tuition, school supplies, menstrual hygiene kit, and mentorship. That's Sport News. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe.
And that brings the end news hour tonight on Trust TV. For more of our news programs and documentaries, do well to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. On behalf of the news production team, thank you for joining us tonight. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Good night.